still got it. I 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 still got it. It's a little trash talk with some faith. Old head out of shape. Jordan with the fadeaway. Steph with the trade. I still got it. 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 I still got it.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
You know what's happening?
We back once again with another episode of I Still Got It. The same crew as usual. JJ, Jarvis Jones, my man Free Will. I am your boy Pope. Yeah. Today's episode is going to be about betting on yourself. Yeah. We'll get into it in just a second, but we start every single episode with a top five. So this week's top five is overrated players. So put a little classification.
That's a bunch on.
It's basically going to be these guys are esteemed by most people, but not us. We think they are overrated. So we're going to do a top five real quick to kick the show off, man. So we'll start with you, Will. What's your top five overrated list?
All right, no, he finna be disrespectful.
It's finna get outrageous.
You sure you want to start with me?
Yeah, I want to kick it off with foolishness out the gate.
Yeah. So we're gonna start it with a climax. That's how we doing. Okay. Number one, Draymond Green, overrated. Draymond.
I ain't gonna give you a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, I ain't gonna give you no smoke on that.
Draymond Green.
I ain't mad at you about that. Okay.
I thought you finna go with the real bang. I thought you
okay.
You know it's coming. You know it's coming. You know it's coming.
And I really want to elaborate, but I'll hold off. James Harden.
No, you get no argument from me on that one.
James Harden.
Bro, y'all don't quit playing with James, bro.
Me on that one.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Anthony Davis. Overrated. Mr. Overrated.
No argument.
Bro, you ain't got a bad list.
Mr. Overrated. And now it's going to get good.
Okay.
Mike Tyson.
Whoa.
That dude is overrated.
Now we just
overrated.
Now we're just getting disrespectful.
Look, we can roll it back, but who Mike ever beat?
Who he ain't beat?
He didn't beat Buster Douglas. He didn't beat Evander Holyfield. Like, who he got on his resume?
Man, you only fight who that.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
You only fight
who might play. Jordan.
Okay, we not finna.
Come on.
Yeah, we not.
Anyway, y'all keep going.
And then the number one.
Hold on, before you get your last one, man.
Okay.
This real life nigga scared of Mike Tyson today.
And that don't have nothing to do with boxing.
Including me.
That don't have nothing to do with boxing, but in the sport of boxing. Like Mike had his run, in the 80s, a little bit in the 90s. But Mike never really beat nobody. I think Mike is, it's more so about hype. It's hype.
You can put Floyd on that list if that's
no,
the case.
Floyd never lost. Floyd beat everybody.
But Floyd beat everybody old.
No, welterweights, and middleweights. Who did he beat old? He was the same age.
But you call Mike at a point where he's like that jail stuff, his trainer.
So he overrated.
No, bruh.
Who did he beat? How can you say he lost to Evander twice? Evander beat him so bad that he bit his ear. He beat his ear. Like we don't. Right. We don't hold anyone in.
But Evander is super underrated.
Yeah.
So it's not like he lost to a bomb. Evander Holyfield is a dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Like I get you. The Buster Douglas, I give you that one. But Evander Holyfield is super underrated.
The Buster was on some. Bro, I ain't even taking you serious. I ain't really beat Buster, bro.
But that ain't his fault.
He beat Buster.
No, he didn't. He got dropped. You forgot he got dropped,
bro. You didn't see that it was 12 seconds. The count when he dropped him.
How many seconds you wanted to have?
He supposed to get 10. The man get 12 to stand up.
When you gotta use all of that, that definitely proves that he's overrated. Look, it's a breakthrough. I'm the first to say it. Mike Tyson overrated, and I say it to his face.
No, then you hold different kind of.
Come sit on right across from him. I say it to his face.
It's certain stuff you don't do it like.
Hey, hold on real quick. Look at know he won't. I'm saying it for him. He's really hyped. The show is going well this morning.
The people out there,
he will not say that.
if you look at who Mike Tyson
I won't let you say
has
that.
fought and who he beat, he beat nobody.
Okay.
He beat
We're
nobody.
going to keep this across the airways.
So he's
No way
overrated.
you can say that to Mike.
Bruh,
He's overrated.
is Mike Tyson.
Draymond Green is overrated. He's on the same team with Steph Curry, had Kevin Durant,
So what's your,
Klay Thompson.
what's your last one? Cut you off on. What's your-
My last one, oh, y'all definitely gonna hate this. I know we were supposed to do players, but I'm doing a whole city. Atlanta sports, overrated.
Yeah, that's not. Ain't nobody rating this high. So.
Because Atlanta is such a, y'all so passionate about y'all teams, but
Ooh.
the Falcons ain't never won nothing. Georgia Bulldogs just won, what, last year.
Yeah, but we got two. Don't
Atlanta Hawks. Just the culture of Atlanta sports. Y'all some diehard fans.
Bro, you
And-
act like Miami got anything.
oh, come on.
You got the U that ain't been nothing since the early 2000s.
but we still got the history. We still have won.
Y'all got Miami Heat. That's it.
We got the Miami Dolphins.
if you wanna talk
only
about
team that
the Dolphins trash.
only team that went undefeated.
When they was playing
in
10
70,
games.
yeah,
Look,
72.
look,
They was playing 10 games.
but we at least got the history. How many Super Bowls has the Falcons won?
Don't worry about what.
Y'all got
I
close.
mean, I ain't.
Y'all got close.
So who said?
Y'all had it, but y'all
No, you
lost.
got directed him. You can direct it to me because he's not with us.
All right, I'm
You direct it
sorry.
to me. That's fine. You see it.
Yeah.
Listen, that's the thing.
Y'all got the Braves. I give you that.
Yeah. So listen.
But the Braves really should have more than 2
We
championships.
should. Okay.
So,
Y'all went to 4 straight with the greatest big 3 assembled.
and we won 2.
2?
Yes.
barely
and we
won,
got, and we
though.
got,
Almost lost the
and we
other.
got 3.
If it wasn't for
and we
Jesus
got,
Shuttle.
and we got
Yes.
3. You know the Miami Heat franchise started in 1989. The Hawks been around since the 60s. ABA. They had more time and they never won
How
nothing.
we overrated.
They won one with
If
Bob
nobody
Pettit.
rate us.
Hey, look.
If nobody rate us, how we overrated. That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying the city.
No, the city is dope. The sports is too.
You know, I
Don't
go to the grocery
don't-
store and
don't
I see
nobody come
all
down
this
there, boys.
fan apparel, so much pride. And I'm like,
what we supposed to put up?
say it again?
What are we supposed to put up in the store? What?
A
So you
regular
gonna-
white T-shirt, something else. don't.
Whatever.
Y'all got the Atlanta United. All right, I'll give y'all that.
Oh,
That's the
Lord.
best team
Just know that right
in
now.
this whole state.
Just know right now, out of 3 major sports, we had college football. We got 2 of the championships. So how less when somebody else win? Right now, we Braves are the champions until the end of this year. So are the Bulldogs. So technically, right now, they ain't even overrated. Go ahead, Joe.
Overrated.
Nah.
Man, listen, bro. I'm so tired of you. Like, I'm tired of you. Okay.
You jumped off the cliff at the end.
Yeah, man. Man, my top 5, man. Listen, I'm starting out number 5. Emmitt Smith, man. Emmitt Smith was overrated, bro. Matter of fact, I think part of my top 5 finna be the whole Cowboys tonight. Except their defense. I think Emmitt was overrated. I think.
All time.
Yeah.
Leading touchdown.
That nigga played 30
Yeah,
years.
you call it what you want.
That nigga played forever.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think yards
That
also.
big old line, man. Come on,
That
bro.
nigga played 30 years.
Overrated. Terry Bradshaw,
Oh, yeah.
overrated.
Absolutely.
Trash.
I ain't never seen him play, so
That's fine. I'm letting you know.
Terry Bradshaw.
I'm letting you know he was trash.
I hope you put Troy.
I should, man. He definitely overrated. They hype that boy up big time. Yeah, I'm going to throw him in. That's number 3. I agree with you on this AD thing, man. I had high hopes with him, man, but he just missed the class, man. He tired of him, bro. I got one more.
You got Aikman. You got Emmett. Okay, and you got AD. I know one that you think. I don't know if you're gonna say it then or not, but you got one.
I got a few,
Yeah.
but I'm
Come on, speak your heart.
I'm
scared
gonna
now.
say it and I'm gonna defend it later
Come
on.
on,
I don't
say
know if
it.
it's gonna be this podcast.
Say
Not
it.
that meeting, because we ain't
Say
gonna
it.
have time to do it.
So let me,
Mike Jordan is overrated, man. I said what I said. Man ain't played nobody. So 2 guards. He had no 2 guards in this era. That man just get a pass because he was ahead of his time. Mike Jordan, baby.
That's the most disrespectful thing
I said what I said now.
said on this podcast.
I'm speechless.
I
Said what I said.
don't even know how to address such.
I can't believe you just said.
I mean, and it's such an oxymoron because he is the GOAT.
And you think he the GOAT.
I do.
So how that don't even make sense. It's
But he's overrated.
literally an oxymoron that you call him the GOAT.
When I go back and see what he did to Craig Elo, that's what your top
So you saying?
top player that you played against. Man, I ain't got time for that.
So you saying he ain't played nobody?
I said what I said, Will. The man ain't played. Name top 5 2 guards that that man had played in his era. I ain't say teams, cause he ain't have to guard no Patrick Ewing. He ain't have to guard none of them bigs. Oh man, I don't want to hear all that. The man didn't have to guard none of them. So he had to play against Craig Elo,
So let me ask you this.
Mookie Blaylock.
Why is it that we say who Jordan played as far as guarding man or another 2 guards? We don't really know other guys.
Yeah, you do.
No, we don't.
Yeah, you do.
Because
So the only if you
the only person LeBron had to guard, his guy, is Kevin Durant.
what is Kevin Durant? A top tier.
Okay, but listen to what I'm saying. In all of the runs, from Cleveland the first time, Miami, Cleveland the second time, LA, he's only
Paul
guarded.
Pierce.
And man, if you don't get up.
You know he.
Paul
Oh, matter of fact, yeah, he
Pierce.
make my list.
Paul Pierce. He'll make your overrated list.
But
you
it's,
Oh, Pierce is the truth. Is
He beats
overrated.
he gonna make his top 10.
He beat some good teams. Who did he play? Who did he guard? Who did he shut down? Who did he embarrass? Nobody.
Who?
LeBron. We can't make it for
So
Jordan.
no, I'm
Jordan
saying,
played no top
but
tier
see,
two.
no, LeBron is a tad bit different because of his 1 through 5. His 1 through
Where is he
5 is
listed
different.
at? What did he listed at? He's a small forward.
You tell me what he's
No,
gonna
but
do.
what
So,
is he- what is
all
he
right, so
listed
you
at?
look at the KD, just KD in the truth alone.
Let's stop putting the truth up there. Let's stop throwing
then
it out there.
Kawhi got an MVP out.
Bro.
Okay, who else you want to
beat him though.
Okay.
And Kawhi wasn't Kawhi then. Let's like
All I'm saying is
MVP.
I played top tier in my position.
he
players.
wasn't top tier when he
Paul
lost.
George.
Come on.
What y'all want me to do here, man?
So in comparison to who
I'm about to say Tracy McGrady. I think
at
he
least
Tracy.
at least the players that Jordan played are on the top 75.
Craig Elo on the top
No.
Clyde Drexler,
Clyde.
one.
You can feel how you want to.
One.
Reggie Miller. You got
If you want to put him there as somebody, okay. 2.
Now,
Joe Dumars.
Joe Dubois trash.
he wasn't top 75 though.
Oh,
And
all
he
right.
trash.
I ain't saying he trash.
He trash. He just played next to Isaiah.
What?
He
Mitch,
Draymond.
Mitch Richmond. So we just saying the 90s.
Hey, you can go 80s and 90s. He played him in 84, retired in 98. I ain't even studying that. I ain't gonna bring up the watch.
And I don't even think you can just say guards because
That's who he.
no,
that's who
because
he went
because the
against.
league was different. It wasn't
That's why I mean he was
like,
he was so
yeah.
much ahead of
No,
the
you gotta
time.
like Dominique wasn't a guard. Bird.
He didn't guard Dominique.
Why you say he didn't guard Dominique?
Bruh,
But he still like
Y'all
Dominique.
gonna make me show these highlights that man.
Dominique was the man on the Hawks.
And he did not guard Dominique.
Listen,
But that's what I'm saying.
you still, if you the man, like you could have put Mike at the 3, and he still was gonna be the man. Like he still.
Listen,
What do you
put him at the
classify
4.
as a shooting guard?
Put him at the 4
Someone who-
and watch him
someone-
get 8 up. Put him at the 5 and watch him get 8 up. Like y'all said it like
What
in
era?
You said
any era.
No, he can play the 5 now. He can play the 4 and the 5 now. If Draymond
When
Green
in his era,
No,
that man
not
could
in
not
his era.
play.
No, not in his era.
That's all we talking about right now.
But no, you saying LeBron.
That's
who LeBron went against. You got one guy. It's KD, and it's 2-1 KD. What are we talking about?
look. It's like
Name
saying,
somebody of KD's caliber that MJ had to play.
There's nobody in that era.
I know,
that played that
because they was trash.
But we talking about 1-0.
No, you can't. Like you gotta look at it that the league changed. That's like saying now that Giannis is overrated because he doesn't have to play against another dominant power forward, or Joel Embiid is overrated because he don't have to play against no other centers.
Oh, they play.
Like
When they match up, they play against each other.
He played in a decade when you had Shaq, you had Patrick Ewing, you had Charles Barkley.
You're making my
Carl.
point.
No, but I'm saying it's still like you got somebody right there in the paint.
Don't tell me about us in the paint. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, he still got to get there.
I get all of that.
Like LeBron ain't
before we get
with
there,
nobody in the paint.
Before we get there, before I have to get to the paint, is a guy that should be guarding him, and nobody is of his caliber that he had to face.
I'm not deviating. I want you to answer.
You know, Mike came back.
Hold on, Will, because he trying to play you. He said
I ain't studying y'all. What's the next top five?
But he ain't gave me no answer other than it's KD to nobody. That's it.
KD, Kawhi, the truth.
Stop throwing the
Paul George.
Stop throwing him out there.
And KD
The truth is trash.
And KD ain't no defender like that.
Let's stop it.
What?
KD ain't no defender like that.
So take Reggie Miller off the list, then. Take Reggie Miller off the list.
No, you still got to defend Reggie.
Take Reggie. You got to defend KD. What are you talking about? Take Reggie out the list, and then you start.
And for you to say that,
with the list. I understand, guys. I know.
What about the bad boys? That was team defense.
It was Dumars.
That was team defense.
Everybody got team defense. It was Dumars supposed to be his primary guy.
But you still
gave that man 40.
Look. Once you get past Dumars,
I'm not arguing that.
All I'm saying,
what I'm arguing
position for position.
Listen to what I'm saying, though.
The man is overrated.
Listen to what I'm saying. Okay, so you're saying, and I understand clearly. I want you to hear me. In the 80s and the 90s, when Jordan was Jordan, 84, 98, at his position, the two, he didn't have the caliber of talent on his level.
That's all I'm saying.
That's cool. I'm telling you, the same can be true of this era and the three when it comes to LeBron James. Other than
because it's true. No. You finna say it. Other than
KD, and that's the only name I got.
You don't have an other than on with
and that's fine.
An era.
And that's fine.
But I can bring up Paul George.
But you cannot.
And I can bring up the truth.
At this point, he's just trolling.
What's your top five, man?
All right, so let me go ahead. I'm gonna go with the easy route first, but I'm gonna piss y'all off later. So the easy route is Troy Aikman. I put him on the list.
Who?
Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman. Oh, I thought you said
overrated.
Look at his stats.
Yeah, he does.
He definitely overrated. Anybody can want that team.
They gave him a gold jacket.
Insert said quarterback. They getting them Super Bowls, bro. Like, he overrated. Yeah. I'm not gonna knock you on Emmett, but I think he's more overrated than Emmett is. Because at least Emmett is like top tier stat wise. This dude's stats don't even beat Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
That's true.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got Steve Nash. I think Steve Nash is super overrated. I can pick 10 point guards easily that I would take over him. I think he was a product of coaching and the style of play. I think that overrated.
But that's anybody though.
Yeah, but I think he got more out of it than anybody else.
So
because when you look at it, okay, the style of play and his numbers, good shooter, I give him that. The 40, 50, 90, I give him that. But the volume was real low. It wasn't like he's shooting like Steph was shooting, like Ray was shooting, even Bird to that dude. He wasn't shooting that volume of numbers. So he got the 40, 50, 90 thing. But 2 MVPs in the era that he played with Tim Duncan, Shaq, Kobe, Tracy, like he didn't. I don't think he deserved it.
I'm not saying he
do better, but in the record they had, but Steve Nash overrated.
I'm not saying that he don't deserve that he deserved the 2 MVPs, but the fact that he got them.
Got you. But
lets
listen,
me know that.
Okay, I answer this one question. I'll move on to my next one.
Yeah.
You got him, Gary, and J. Kidd. Is he the third guy you picking?
Yes.
Okay. If he's not, then I'll. But
no.
He wasn't even the best point guard in the league at that time. Like Jason Kidd was saying. So he really stole from Jason Kidd also. Because J. Kidd was elite.
You're taking
Jersey
over. I'm just talking about. I don't care about team nothing. I'm saying you standing there. You finna run on the blacktop. You got J. Kidd, Gary, and Steve Nash. If you tell me you taking him over either one of them, All right. I'm moving on.
Keep going.
Exactly. You not.
I'm taking Steve Nash over John Stockton. That's just me.
Ain't nobody think nothing about too many people over John Stockton.
Yeah. So, yeah. Steve Nash.
School teacher gonna kill you. That's what he gonna do.
He is. The biologist going to give you work. I'm going to say these last three going to piss y'all off a little bit. One of them, maybe not so much. Wilt Chamberlain is overrated.
Bro, I
thought he
showed
was
you.
gonna say.
No, I rock with it.
Yeah, he's been convinced. He's been converted.
convinced.
Okay.
He's been converted. I'm not.
They have spread the gospel.
Hey man, look at I'm an atheist when it
Well,
comes to that.
it's
I'm too-
overrated.
Yeah, overrated. I'm sick of it.
He just God status, man.
I'm sick of it.
He
Like-
can't even, you can't even talk to him about the GOAT status, bro.
According to all accounts, now there's no video, even though it's video of other players. Nobody ever got him on video like he's a vampire. He did all this stuff. But if you talk to anybody that was around who they have video of, stuff he's a superhero. Like, so how is it they don't have you on note? Like Bill Russell playing in the same area. I see tapes of him. I don't see no tape of him.
Got highlights of
I got
Yeah.
man. It's so he ain't dropping
Man.
50 and 100 in these.
Who?
In these highlights.
Man,
you not
they got a
seeing the game.
video of Wilt almost at the top of the glass. I ain't even talking about the square. He had the glass with that thing.
If you say Wilt is overrated, you got to say everybody that played in the Sixers is overrated. So that means,
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
okay.
I'm okay with that.
So you saying
I'm okay with that. Like it's a certain level of respect I'm gonna give.
firemen and plumbers.
I was born in '85. It's a certain level. I'm not 60s. I don't care. I honestly don't care. Most of the cats were dribbling one hand with their head down. Like I don't. It's only a certain level of respect I'm gonna get at. So that's fine. And you can call it because I'm young. That whatever. I'm not giving that level of respect. Like Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain don't make my top 5. Now I'm on Mount Rushmore. Don't care. But to me, for him to lose to the Celtics every year essentially, but he's Jesus in sneakers. It's hard to believe.
They had a better team. Anyway.
He's averaging 50 by himself. How much better the team? Whatever. So Wilt. No, he already what y'all about. You can't change my mind. I don't care if I'm wrong. I'm dying on this heat. My last two gonna really piss y'all off, but you already know one of them coming. You already know. My last two are Larry Bird and Scottie Pippen.
wow.
I said it. I said what I said.
This one.
I said what I said. Look, let me
Y'all,
make
so y'all trying to start a fight too.
I mean, I see.
I see.
let me hold.
That's why you got the guns out
Let me
there.
raise,
I see what's going
let me
on.
raise this
today.
up. I want to make sure I'm heard, and I'm gonna look right at my camera. This is mine, right? Larry Bird and Scottie Pippen. I said what I said.
Larry Bird.
Let's start with Larry. How was Larry?
If Larry was black, he would just be a player.
That still was killing.
Tell me I'm wrong. If Larry Bird was a black man, would he be Larry Legend? Would he get the same praise as he
Yes.
He only got 3 of them. He got 3 chips. I get it. But the team was stacked. Talking about a loaded team.
Listen.
He playing with.
Fellas, y'all gotta do your research.
I ain't done it. I didn't done it.
We gonna have to start doing a background check before we let people on this show.
Listen, man.
and
ain't
a
done it.
drug test.
Because they
First.
won't put Steph Curry in the top 10.
So
but
you-
his numbers in the finals, not just
Yeah.
season stuff, the frivolous stuff, like in the finals, are better than Larry's.
So you realize, let's take it all the way back. So you realize Larry came in the league in what, 79? 79, 80.
Yeah.
So you remember like when he was in college, Indiana State, he went against Magic. National championship.
Yep, Magic.
Who was on his team in Indiana State?
I don't know who's on Magic team.
No, Magic, Michigan State. Like Magic won, but how? It's not like Bird just became this player, you know, once he got to Boston.
I get it.
And then if you look at what his skill set was, he was a shooter.
Yeah.
So if there was a black man that was Larry Bird, you know, and he could shoot like Bird, we wouldn't say he overrated. We would say he's Reggie Miller or he's Klay Thompson
But, okay, Reggie Miller and
or
Klay
Ray
Thompson
Allen
are not put in your top 5.
in your top 5. You talking
Think
about all
it,
time?
all time. If you all time it, right? Reggie Miller don't crack it. No disrespect to Reggie. Klay Thompson don't crack it. But we put him up there. Dirk don't crack it. Why is he in there?
He's a better passer.
There you go.
He can handle. Oh, he was a good passer, bro.
And you wouldn't say Bird in the
great
80s
scorer.
was top 5?
Yeah, in his era. But if we could discredit the GOAT for who he played, or in this case, who he had with him.
That's this.
Yeah,
First of all,
That's him.
he had better one-on-one competition.
Who did?
Bird,
Other than Magic, who did he guard?
Neat,
One.
And he gave
Julius Erving.
He dropped 50 on me.
Come on.
Neat dropped
And
50
drop 50 on him. Don't say
So-
that. Disrespect Nick, bro.
So
I'm not tired of you now.
Nobody said Bird could play defense, but Bird was giving work.
That's all I'm saying. Now, nobody said the same thing about Nick.
Slow and everything.
And I
still
give you
give you that
Julius to a
work.
degree because Julius' best years was actually in the ABA.
That's fine.
So, but I give you Neat. That's one dude. And then, but it's easy to go at this dude here.
James Worthy.
Okay. Like
I mean, I'm saying his one-on-one competition was a whole lot better
I got you.
than Mr. 23.
That's all right. And then this 23 gave you 30 to 5. This dude gave you 18.
That's fine.
Okay. So,
Ain't have to.
and then let me go and finish this out real quick. Scottie Pippen. This is my argument.
You ain't got no argument with me. So
So let me address this with Will. If you take the team accolades, meaning championships, away from Mr. 23 and Scottie Pippen, it's 23. No championships, just everything else. The MVPs, Finals MVPs, Olympic gold medals, scoring titles, defensive, everything else. Just no championship. Is he still a Hall of Famer? Still arguably a top tier player? If you take that from Scottie Pippen, he doesn't make an All-Star team.
You're saying that if he didn't play with Mike,
No, I'm just saying if they didn't win 6, if they don't have any chips and they're just players, if you remove, because to me, championships are the end of the debate. It's the trump card. Like, you don't play that early. That's the last thing you play. So if you take the 6 chips from Scottie Pippen's career, is he still Scottie Pippen? Absolutely
I don't
not.
think you can do that because it's the same way.
No, you can do that with a lot of players.
Nah, because it's the
take
same
the 4
way.
chips away from Shaq. Is he still Shaq?
Because this is how I look at it.
If you take,
If you had like Miami, you brought up the big 3. When LeBron came to the Heat, Wade had to take a step back, and so his stats, like suffered. Like he got less shots, and they, like you said, they lost 2 championships. So I'm saying if Scottie didn't have the rings, I would definitely.
is he top 50 without the rings? Is he on the Olympic team?
Right. I
without the
think
rings?
he's on. I think part of his success is because he won also.
To me, that's the
So I'm
main
saying,
part.
but I think if he didn't win,
He's Ben
then
Simmons.
he wouldn't have had to sacrifice as much. So I think because they won those 6 championships, he had to sacrifice the individual accolades, or even possibly reaching his full potential. When Mike retired, Scottie was the MVP of the All-Star game. Like that version of Scottie, we didn't really get a chance to see because he played with Mike and because they were like all in on team, on winning. So Scottie wasn't like, oh, I want to take the last shot.
To me, Scottie does not flash in the eye test.
In the
or-
90s.
In the 90s. Eye test or numbers. If you take, I'll give you 2 examples. You put neither one of these guys in the top anything. And I like both of them. Ben Simmons and Lamar Odom. The same players.
No.
Ben Simmons is
Ben
just
Simmons
as good.
can't shoot.
Okay, but
He can't shoot. He can't score.
They average the same.
He can't score now.
He can't shoot.
He ain't got no jump
he can
shot
score,
for this era.
He can
They average
score
those-
because
their
he got
averages
a
are
7-footer, the best center in the NBA in the paint.
If you
it's
drop
not
that-
like it's not like he's.
But that's where he scores at.
Take,
So you
take
would think
Embiid off of Philly,
he would average more.
and how can you say
He's just
this
as
man
good
ain't
of a
played
defender.
the last 2 years,
And he's just as
he
good as a defender.
afraid to shoot,
And I still
and you
take
gonna
him.
disrespect
I'll take
Scottie.
him.
We're talking shooting. Shooting, yes. I got you
telling
there.
you, player
He's not
for
a better
player.
passer. He's not a better defender than Scottie.
I don't know
He's
about that
on
now.
par. If he's not better, he's on par. He's definitely a better
I mean, he's
playmaker.
young, but
No.
I don't know.
He's definitely a better playmaker. Defender, he's definitely on par.
Listen,
Same dude that can shut down a point
I'm
guard.
bigger.
And he bigger,
And
stronger.
I think you put Ben Simmons, not the one you thinking in your head. Well, he just froze up.
The one who he is.
No, you take him off
Tell him something else. That's who he is.
and put him with the Bulls. Them boys don't miss him.
If you put the 7 good years Grant Hill had with the Bulls, come on, bro. Like he's not even the best player in the 90s. So how is he getting his?
So you're saying if you took Scottie Pippen and put him on the Detroit Pistons, he couldn't put up those same numbers that Grant did?
No.
Yes, he could.
No.
Yes.
I have no faith in
Yes. Grant's like highest career average is probably, or his highest average in the season is probably like 25. Pippen definitely averaged 20. And he was having to split shots with MJ, who was shooting it 30 times a game.
Bro, they wasn't scoring but 80 points. If Jordan averaged 30, it's 50
His
points.
high was 20 something when
Listen,
that
you
one,
would
without
not have,
that 1 year.
You would not have
his
a
career
Grant Hill.
16, 17.
You wouldn't have a Grant Hill without a Scottie Pippen. You would not have a LeBron James without a Scottie Pippen. Scottie was the first point forward.
That's cool.
Okay.
I mean, I don't give credit
He was
to the
so
first.
he's playing point guard, and he's a small forward. He's 6'8". So he's like his role was to distribute, to get the team, the other players involved.
So as a Laker fan, not a Chicago fan, we had the same coach when we won all our chips. All 5 hours for my time older was with Phil. You don't need a point guard for that offense. Think about our point guards. We didn't have like these, oh my God, guards.
Boy, got Derek Fisher.
We had Derek Fisher for all 5, fam. We had Sasha Vucic for
No,
a couple of, now listen to what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
We put a lot of credit on his playmaking ability and he ran point. He brought the Scotty. He brought the ball up past half and they got into the triangle. It wasn't like he got to create for MJ. That wasn't what he was doing. He wasn't spoon feeding Cartwright and Luke Longley. He brought the ball up past half court. So Mike can get on the block where he wanted to be and not have to walk the man down. Listen what I'm telling you. As a man that watched the offense every night that I could, especially as a high schooler, when we was winning every year, Derek Fisher got that thing to half and gave it up. They dumped it down to Shaq, ran the offense. You don't need a Jason Kidd, Chris Paul, John Stockton to run the triangle. So why did he get so much credit for he played point forward? He dribbled the ball
You're
up
looking
to
at
half.
it because those players that you named, none of them were big guards.
No.
Like if you look at any big guard, like a Penny, like you said with Ben Simmons, that's their style. Like
Penny was breaking them down. Penny was going to work.
breaking them down and throwing the lob to Shaq.
But why
you got Shaq right
But why
there.
is he open for the
Like-
lob? Because Penny broke his man and now we got help.
Look, it's just a different offense.
Right.
Like you
Carl
break
was-
it, you don't got a Shaq to throw the lob to.
Hey man, Carl always want to. Scottie Pippen on my list, and he's the top one. He's top of my list.
I knew that.
Top of my
I
list.
want to know what the people out there
Now
think.
speaking about
Yeah.
saying it to his face, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I said, Scotty, you're welcome, sir. Mr. Pippen, you can come here. You can bring the son. I heard great things about him. Hope he's better than you because you are overrated, sir.
We're gonna see what these people got to say.
Yeah, I want to know what. Yeah, y'all please comment. Let us know. I know I didn't piss some people off with a couple of mine. I know they ain't pissed people off with a few of theirs. So we'll see how I go. So let's get on into the episode a little bit more, man. We called it betting on your own, betting on yourself, or knowing your worth.
Yeah.
And so recently, Draymond, after winning his 4th chip with Golden State, he made this man list is overrated, but this man said he want the max. My boy said he want the max, or he gonna go get some chips with Bron. So, I guess my question is, should he? I guess we just start off like this. If you were Golden State, would you give Draymond the max?
That's tough. That's tough, man.
You got to take into account his age.
Yeah.
The young boys, you got to pay. They coming up. Wiggins had a great playoff run in finals. You got Jordan Poole there, and your big three. They not getting any younger. Not saying they the Walking Dead and that, but they not getting younger. So you got to start planning somewhat for the future. You already got Steph out there for 200. The man say he want the max. What you doing? You gonna pay him, Will? I know you ain't paying. You just put him on the list. He overrated.
Do I think he deserves the max? When you consider what he has helped create in terms of the culture of Golden State, yeah, I think he deserves it. But if you don't pay him, do I think you still can win with what you have? Like, can you replace Draymond? I think you can.
So why would you pay a player that you can replace? The max, not pay him something.
Because it's about loyalty. It's about loyalty. Like, I think he deserves the max. But because how old will he be? 34, 35? What?
I don't think Draymond that old. I think he's 32.
32?
Oh, if he that young.
Yeah, if he that young, I think it will be smart for them to give him a max contract. If he's 32, I say you give it to him, because you don't want to.
Yeah, Draymond is 32.
Yeah, you don't want to help out the Lakers. If he's saying he going with LeBron.
But just for a point, like I said, I'm not putting it on my overrated list, but he looked 35 in them finals. Like, he's 32.
Right.
He looked a lot slower than 32 in those finals. I'm not saying, I don't know if he was hurt. I'm just saying, against Boston, and these teams ain't gonna get no older. They're getting younger.
Yeah.
Boston being back, Memphis gonna come back as long as they can keep them young guys. And it's gonna be a lot of young dudes at these boys' throat. And he looked older than 32. Just throw it out there, but I got you.
I mean, it depends on what the organization. If they really feel that Draymond is that important to their team's success, I think they have to pay him. And I said in terms of loyalty, because he's been there, they've in some way acknowledged him as a key piece to their overrated dynasty. Then I think if you don't pay him, then there's proof that he's not what we thought he was or what has been presented. But I wouldn't pay him.
I mean,
Would you pay him?
It's hard, man. So
Max though.
that's the part that's getting me.
Let's just
Max
say, for the sake of the argument, he's saying I won't stay for less than the max. Let's just say that, because obviously, if you can get it for a little less, who won't get it for a little? Obviously, but let's say Draymond say it's either max or I'm out. Would you pay him the max?
So I'm saying it's difficult, and I'm gonna use this analogy of like Run DMC. Now we know Red Run. The other two. Can I make it if one of y'all was to walk?
Jam Master
Jam Master J though.
Jam. Okay, so
You gotta have Jam Master. So who is Jam Master J?
what's the other guy name? D.
Yeah.
Can I make it with so Draymond is him? Can I go find another person like Drew Hill did and just swap him out and keep moving? Salt and pepper. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
You get another Spinderella.
Can I get another Spinderella and keep rocking? Or is that person so key to what we do that I gotta stick with him? Mm-hmm. So I feel like Draymond kind of falls in that little era. I'm not era, but that little area. And for the max,
So would you pay him?
I don't think I would, bro.
So you saying he overrated?
He gonna walk you into it.
He did walk into it.
He wants you to be with him. He gonna walk you into it.
It sounds like everybody is
I
saying
ain't gonna say.
he's overrated.
I ain't gonna say he's 100%
You saying that
overrated.
Steve Kerr-
I'm not gonna give you the max.
You're saying
but I'm not
Steve
saying you're
Kerr
not
can-
overrated.
You're saying Steve Kerr can put Andrew Wiggins in his spot as the 4, and they not only will they keep rolling, but they'll be better.
Well, they literally won the championship.
But Draymond was on the team. Like, I'm sure Draymond
He was on the team
believes he
just
was
as
a
much
part
as I
of
was on the team.
Okay.
Like, we scored the same amount of points on a couple of them games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
He overrated.
Wiggins was
That joker overrated. He can't shoot. Look, it sounds like he doing what you said Pippen do. He bring it up.
He better than Pippen.
Oh,
So he ain't.
Woo.
Come on, let's.
All right.
Woo.
Don't break it here, man.
Let's keep
I mean,
going.
I don't think I give him the max because of. I don't think you do. I don't think what you bring to the table is max worthy. So I'm not saying that you're not good or great at what you do. You're just not max worthy, in my opinion.
This man said he the best defender of all time.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
we all dream at any time.
Overrated.
I know who it ain't. It ain't Scottie Pippen. So I think I'm more along the line of Jarvis. Like, my thing is, if this had been maybe 2 or 3 years ago, then I give him max. No question. I'm not even. But to move forward in the future, I think sometimes there's a balance of the loyalty and then preparing for the future, right? I can't tie up all my money in guys that are essentially in their last 5 years of their career, right? If I got Steph, Clay, and Draymond with all the money, and I got Wiggins, and I got Poole, and I got Wiseman if he turned out to be what they think he's gonna be. If you got these guys that's saying, "Hey, we're next," somebody else gonna take them from up under you, and then Golden State gonna go from a dynasty to bottom of the barrel again because the upcoming youth and the players that helped you get that chip are gonna go somewhere else. They had great playoffs runs. Somebody else is gonna offer them big money that they won't have the money to offer. So if it's the matter of the mindset, whatever the mindset for the culture, the team is, if they're saying, "Hey, what you have done is so monumental to this franchise and the culture and just a loyalty thing," yeah, obviously, before they got there, they had the We Believe team. That's essentially it. You know what I mean? So to get 4 chips in a run of 6 years, something like that, you gotta, okay, cool. But if you're paying him for moving forward, you can't give him max. And so I won't put him in an overrated because to me, it's the timeline. It's the timeline.
How so?
Because you take him off of that team, they don't get the 4. They don't get 4 without Draymond. You take Clay off that team, they don't get 4. You take Steph off the team, they don't get 4. The 3 of them, even if you add KD with no Dre, they don't win. KD with no Clay, they don't win.
But you're saying at this point in his
So
career,
I'm at this point in his career, and that Clay too, because Clay didn't look like Clay.
Could they win without him going forward?
It depends on who they replace him with. He's
Yeah.
one of the few players. He's like a Rodman to me in the sense that a lot of their stuff don't show up stat wise. Rodman stuff always there as far as stat wise with the rebounds. He gonna rebound it, and that's a number that's tangible. Him irritating and getting up on the Karl Malone skin is not a stat for that. And I'm not saying he was a great. I know people say he was a great defender. To me, watching them finals back, he was a irritant. He was a Pat Beverly to Karl.
Yeah.
And took Karl a lot of time out of his game into some foolish stuff that had nothing to do with the game. But if you get up on the dude's skin, that's valuable. Pat Beverly is not a top tier nothing, but he's valuable in the sense if he can get your main point guard out of his game, that's valuable, but there's no stat for that. So Draymond does stuff there's no stat for. He don't always get the assist, but if he gets the proper throw ahead for the hockey assist, he started that break. You know what I mean? So he's valuable, and he does absolutely have a place. I just don't know because of his age now, do I want to tie max money to him?
Yeah.
And he got to be careful because in that same vein, there's plenty of people that say, "Hey, I'm going to bet on myself with this bag," and it went south.
Yeah.
Recently, the most recent I can think of is my boy Dennis Schroeder. He played with us, played with the Lakers, and they was willing to pay him really good money. My boy said, "Nah, I'm a starting PG in this league. I'll get it somewhere else." He played in Boston for like $2 million.
And left. Fast.
And then got up out of that, and then they went to the finals. So, Dre got to be careful because he's not 25.
Yeah.
He's 32. That age thing play a difference. The guys are getting younger. They talking about potentially going back and changing the one and done rule. So when you add the age to it, that's it. That's the only thing. If he's younger, I pay him.
So I'm gonna switch sports for a second, all right? Since age is a big thing, we got somebody younger. Lamar Jackson betting on himself. Lamar said, "Look, I need that Pat Mahomes money, and
I need some Pat Mahomes play."
I gave you MVP. I gave you All Pro, Pro Bowler. I'm one of the top best in my what's name.
That sounds good for his Hall of Fame package presentation.
All I'm saying is
Suck for a Super Bowl.
we got to get there, but at the same time, I'm young.
He is young.
I'm young, playing with the age thing that you just said.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? And he's looking for a max contract just like him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what you pay him? So you saying you wouldn't pay him?
So okay, football is slightly different, and me personally, I'm not.
So you telling me it's 32?
I can't pay him.
You can replace him.
So no, I'm not saying I can replace him. This is what I'm saying.
Forgot. He a Falcon.
All right.
Forgot what they did to Vic, so you know they ain't.
Oh, Vic, that's a
No,
whole
they ain't
nother
loyal.
topic. We got a topic for Vic.
Just traded Matt Ryan.
Mariota.
Listen,
Y'all
Man of
rock with
sports,
that.
overrated.
hey,
Come
fella,
on,
we were building. Stop it.
let's go.
Miami?
Hey,
Tua? Okay. So
yes,
so what I'm saying
Tyreek
is,
Hill,
so-
Super Bowl.
what they do in the NFL for man.
He just
So what I see in the NFL for as the quarterback go, if we 3 quarterbacks, right? And we got similar numbers. Let's just rank it. You know, I'm the best. Let's just throw that. You're second. Jarvis is last, right? So if Jarvis signed for $100 million, you gonna want 101. If you get 101, I want 102. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean any of us are worth it. It's just the guy lower than Jarvis got 99, so Jarvis can go to his agent like, I'm only signing for 100. So that's fine.
Okay.
However, dude, I hate giving credit to, the dude that has never done that has the most Super Bowls. If you tie all your money up in one guy, you putting the whole team on his back. Now you have to. Your scout team has to be tremendous because you got to find young guys for cheap to put around him. Because as the quarterback, you can't do it all. You got to throw it to somebody. You got to have somebody blocking for you. So me personally, the fact that he needs his legs the way he needs his legs, and in the playoffs, he's come up short and didn't look MVP, even in the MVP season, I'm not paying him Patrick Mahomes. I'm paying him good quarterback money. I'm not paying him Patrick Mahomes money. Patrick at least got one.
so do he get?
And he's been there twice.
He get Russell money? Russell Wilson?
I mean, I got to put him in the ballpark with them guys, right? Honestly. The top 5 guys, I got to put him in there. But I can't give him the top. He's bottom of those top 5.
MVP, man.
What does that mean?
What you give him? What you give him?
So is Aaron Rodgers, who ain't got but one Super Bowl in 30 years.
$50 million a year.
Okay.
But
I'm saying,
put me in. He's saying put me in.
Yeah,
put me in that
he
lane.
can be ballpark. Without a Super Bowl, I'm not giving him top. He's not getting Patrick money. Patrick getting the most. I'm not giving Patrick.
Josh just got some of that non Super Bowl money. Allen.
He can get some non-Super Bowl. He can't get Patrick Mahomes.
Josh Allen is. I'm trying to think. There's somebody out there.
Josh Allen had a bet. Only dude he lost
Kirk
to was
Cousins.
Okay, Kirk don't deserve that bad.
Kurt be out there just getting it.
So
Will, you giving him?
I think you got to, because somebody gonna give it to him. And if you're a team like Baltimore, like the Baltimore Ravens, you want to remain competitive.
Yeah.
You know, most teams don't get an opportunity after winning a Super Bowl with, I guess, your core retiring, like the Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. Now they got a second chance at it to have a nice little run, because Lamar only 25, and I think the most important position on your team is quarterback. So if Baltimore doesn't pay him, somebody gonna pay him. And Patrick Mahomes, he signed 10 years, $450 million? Was that it?
$500 million.
Yeah. And so that's like what about 45 a year, I think. I think Lamar will be a fool to sign a 10-year contract, but I think you got to give it to him. Because I don't think you can name 5 other quarterbacks in the NFL that you would take over.
So that's what I was about to ask.
Go for it.
You got Tom?
You can't. You would take Tom over Lamar Jackson,
Not moving forward. I'm just this year.
but the contract ain't gonna be for a 1 year.
I
deal.
got you, but I'm just saying that's only.
You can't name.
That's only because his age.
People who gonna retire next year.
Okay, all right. We'll go younger.
Okay.
Pat
Mahomes. Is he better than Pat?
No.
Is he better than Josh Allen?
I can argue that.
Right.
No, I'm saying clear cut. You want the money. If you want Pat money.
If I'm the Dolphins, I want Lamar.
Okay. Joe Burrow.
Give me Lamar.
Justin Herbert.
I mean, like, I don't think none of these players that you name are like it's definitive that
that's my point.
Clearly better than Lamar Jackson.
I'm not saying they are clearly better.
Only
but
Patrick
if you want clear cut money better than them, I feel like you got to be clear cut better than them.
No,
Patrick Mahomes is the only one that's clear cut better
because
than the rest of the field.
But all of them, when it's time, is saying the same thing.
Right.
And you're gonna say the Chargers not letting Herbert go.
Right, because the quarterback is at a premium. I'm just saying.
So get a man his money.
And then you gotta like Lamar. who has Lamar had on this scene? Like, what has he had around him? Like, if you put Lamar Jackson with Kansas City, Super Bowl. With that team that he had, Kelsey,
Tampa Bay, put him down in Tampa Bay. He wins too.
Tyree Hill, the defense, Andy Reid.
Ain't gonna win is with the Falcons.
You can't just like Patrick. That ain't all Patrick Mahomes, and we gonna see this year. We gonna see this year what Patrick Mahomes.
We gonna see. I just feel like you gotta be careful with that definitive pay me or I walk. It don't always work out.
But you gotta bet on yourself at some point.
At some point you do.
At some point.
And that, hey, more power to you if it work out. But you got to be careful with that because a lot of times it don't work out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of players that jump out there and say, you know, and sometimes it's dudes that the fear of betting on themselves, you know, your guy, Scottie Pippen, he was scared. Saw that 20-year deal, making $3 million a year before they started winning championships. They didn't want it out of it. Like, he didn't bet on himself. He got scared. Like, hey, I need this money, man. I got to take care of moms. And then he was mad.
Yeah.
Like, so you got it's a fine line. I think he was like in Pippen's case, he was too young to sign that deal. Mm-hmm. But like Draymond to me, like you might be too old to ask for a max, bro.
Well,
that's if you ain't LeBron.
This level, a different time.
True.
Because LeBron, what LeBron just signed for? What? Yeah.
But he's just doing 2 and 3. Like he's at the end of. This should be the last year of his 4 year with the Lakers. He did 4.
I think Chris Paul, didn't he get a max with
I
Phoenix?
Yeah, I think they did.
I hope
they giving old players like
bag.
veterans max contracts.
You know Chris Paul, how I feel. Chris Paul ain't getting no.
And I think Chris is like what, 37?
Yep.
He not getting no chip. So
no chip.
You know he ain't gonna get
ain't one.
But this man done gave you 4.
But if you pay, okay, so are you paying him for the chips or are you paying for future chips? You paying him for the 4 he got or the potential?
Golden State better pay that man, because they don't want Draymond.
It's difficult, man. I mean, that's
want him coming there.
Okay, so
because then how you get rid of him? Let's say you pay him. Let's say you give him the max, right? Mm-hmm. And then next year, it wasn't like a premonition. No, he is getting older. He slowed down. The league is caught up to Dre individually. Then how you moving? You can't move him, so you stuck with him.
You gotta find somebody who wants him.
Who? If he's not top tier Dre, like again 4 years ago, there's a lot of people's like, oh, y'all don't want him? We'll take him. Mm-hmm. Right? If you got something in the ballpark, if you got a Damian Lillard type point guard, if you got a Trae Young type point guard, a point guard that sometimes needs the ball at their hand to get them some easy shots, you will take him. All right, cool. We'll take Dre. Good defense, great defender. Set up the, offense. He can set up the team. He do all the other stuff. Cool. This Draymond? Mm-hmm. Nah, I don't know about this Draymond.
Yeah.
Moving forward. That's what I'm saying. So it's a matter of loyalty and like, okay, appreciation. Like, hey, man, when we drafted these 3 guys, we was in the mud. They took us to the promised land, made us a dynasty. Mm-hmm. Boom. Moving forward, we'll figure that out. But you deserve it because of what you did. If you go that route, then I'm all in paying. All but right. The only thing that's throwing me is max. If it wasn't max, it's like, yo, I take care of him. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But max is a number that's like.
That's tough. I mean, all right, so, yeah. But
that's the only thing.
All right, even at our age now, it's certain stuff. If it ain't, I'm looking for a max. Like, you ain't finna give me nothing
Yeah.
after the skill set, the knowledge, the everything that's there, and you say, "Hey man, think you can shoot my video for $100?"
Absolutely.
Bro, I'm not even. Let's don't even have this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He should bet on himself, as should we. If I'm sitting down to play, you gonna play what I feel like I'm worth. Oh, I'm not playing. Because I'm in a position to say, hey, I don't have to do this. And he is too, I'm sure. Somebody will pay him something.
yeah,
Somebody may even pay him the max. Absolutely bet on yourself. I'm saying Golden State shouldn't do it. He should absolutely ask for it. He's stupid not to. Because I do have a resume to say, I can probably ask for it. Jordan Poole can't ask for the max. So I would say he absolutely entitled to say, hey, look, let me try to shoot out here and get the max. I don't blame him for doing it. I just don't know if I would pay him.
All right.
That's all I'm saying.
trying to think of a company wise, like you somewhere, you doing everything at your job, and yeah, y'all got a cohesive thing and it's working and it's building. You know what you bring to the table.
Yeah.
You know what you bring to the table. Y'all working it. It's time to get a raise.
I want all mine.
Such got a raise.
Yeah, I want
Such
all
got a
mine.
raise.
Yeah.
But then they looking at you like, well, you didn't go to the one that we did down here in Tampa, or you didn't go to the job site that when we did. You know, you didn't program the X, Y, and Z. But you like, yeah, but I had everything else set up for it. And they say, well, you know, I ain't willing to pay you that, bro.
I'm coming on with mine now. I'm gonna ask for all mine. Like I was dealing with the Draymond. Hey, either you pay me, of course, someone else to do what I do. I want mine.
Yeah. I mean, I think in this day and age, you know, you always got to keep your resume updated. You know, you got to continue to add value, you know, to your skill set of what you bring to the job, whether that's a 9 to 5 or, you know, if you're an entrepreneur, like you can't just look at it and say, okay, I'm year after year, I know for the next 10 years, next 5 years, I'm just going to stay here and I'm not going to have any strategic plans or goals of how I can get to that next level. So, yeah, I think you'll be a fool to not
So you think they should give it to him and keep this overrated dynasty going?
I think they set themselves up for that.
Okay.
You know, Draymond.
So they go now to prove you wrong that they are a real dynasty.
To prove me wrong that Draymond ain't overrated.
Overrated, got you. So they win another one and he there. Then what? They get 5 and Draymond he there for all 5. Is he still overrated?
Yes.
So what can he do to not be overrated?
He has to leave, and I have to see Draymond at least average, because Draymond has never averaged more than 15 points.
Oh no,
Like,
he never will.
You ain't gonna
That's
get
not what
that.
he is.
You ain't gonna get that on
Right,
any
so-
team you go to.
So how can you? So you're saying
So Dennis Rodman wasn't valuable to them 3 championships.
I don't think Draymond looks at himself as a Dennis Rodman type player. I think Draymond.
You don't think he thinks he's the 3rd best player out of the 3?
I think Dennis Rodman was a role player.
Right.
I don't think Draymond thinks he's a role player. I think he looks at himself as a poor man's LeBron James. Like he does it all, and if you put him on a team by himself, he could score 20. No, I think Draymond.
He gonna give you 12.
You think
Draymond-
Draymond can score 20?
Yeah, I think
Oh, okay.
Draymond. Yeah,
I don't think Draymond thinks that.
You don't. Yeah,
Nah.
No, I don't think he thinks that.
maybe not at this point, but I definitely think Draymond
When he was
feel
younger.
like he could have been the man.
I got you.
Like he could average a triple double.
Dre, if you listening, please come. You come prove this man wrong, man. So we're gonna wrap this up, man. With had a good episode, man, for sure. There was a lot of trash talk. I know it's gonna be a lot of comments, talking junk to all 3 of us, and that's fine. We welcome them. We want to hear it. And to close it out, we always do. They still got it. Other week, and this week, I gave you a bone on 1 week, and I gave you my man UD this week, I'm gonna piss you off, and I'm gonna give it to Draymond.
Wow.
So Draymond at 32 won his 4th championship, and now it's asking for max money. So he's somebody that's on the later stage of his career still doing it, which is what this podcast is. We still got it. Dre still got it. Go to State, go ahead and pay him. Let this man see what it is, man. Go to State, pay this man, and let my man see what it is. Go on, get you another chip or two.
I ain't giving him no max.
Let that man know you still
Let
got
know
it.
you still got it. Draymond Green, they still got it of the week, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Like I said, comment, subscribe, talk trash back, whatever, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We got all of them, all the platforms, man. Continue to follow us, support. We appreciate it. We out.
Yes, sir.